We've got Dr. Amos Azun here with us. He is a family physician and the MD of County Hospital in Lagos. Good morning and thank you for coming on today.
Good morning, sir.
Well, this is a critical time in the history, not just in the country, globally now, because everyone's just battling to see how they're going to tend to this. So, but if you could just start with giving us, what trend have you seen in the hospitals? Because we understand that there are certain persons who are taking all sorts of things, doing all sorts of things as their own way of either remedying the situation. What trend do you see that needs to be quickly discouraged?
Well, I think this is not time for people to start rushing to the hospital, except if they are ill. I mean, those are very ill, because hospital is a place where too many ill persons come together, and there is well, there's not been serious trend as to the COVID people coming to the hospital yet, but it's just panic everywhere. Panic among health workers. All your relatives are calling you from everywhere in the world. Like, what are you doing to this virus? You should stop working. You should close down the hospital. I mean, that's the trend right now, though.
But aren't there doctors who actually are taking that seriously and closing down, saying, look, we don't have capacity, so we might as well just close down? And have you heard any of the such case?
Well, the hospital is a place for treatment, right? In times like this, closing down the hospital will not be the best option, really.
Okay, so how equipped, from what you've seen, are the hospitals? How prepared are they for this?
You know, there are different categories of hospitals. There are primary care hospitals. We have secondary care and tertiary care hospitals, you know. Yeah, the primary care hospitals are usually the prime place that these infected patients will likely come to first, you know. So, but measures that we, for instance, have done is to put, first of all, at the entrance, we have where you wash your hands before you come in. We have a temperature check session. We have hand sanitizers, and we try to distance ourselves. I mean, from the front desk, from when you come in to the hospital to when you start to go to see doctor. We try to distance ourselves. We keep about 2 meters away from you that is coming as a patient and the hospital worker attending to you.
Well, we're talking about the preparedness of hospitals. You talked about the 3 tiers of hospitals, the 3 categories of hospitals that we have. And you also mentioned the primary health care. How prepared do you think those levels are? Because just as you said, they are the first set of people that many people would want to go to first.
Well, in terms of the preparation, I'm talking about preparation, right? We are more prepared as to sorting out cases, not to handle the virus itself, really. It's to sort out those that prime suspects of cases that come. Not like you are prepared to manage coronavirus as it were. You know, there are centers that are set aside for that. You know, like the one we have at Yaba.
Yeah.
So yes.
Discovering what kind of illness it is a crucial thing. When you talk about sorting out, how prepared or equipped are primary healthcare practitioners at the very local levels to sort out such a case?
That's what I just said.
But in most cases, what you guys have told us is that you don't even know whether or not you have it. The signs don't show on time.
It's true. You can't be too prepared, but there are some basic things you should do. The basic things you should do is what you can do. You know, because the ailments, the symptoms are almost the same symptoms like we see every day. You know, there is a respiratory ailment, and most cases we see in the hospital are respiratory diseases. You know, it could be an upper respiratory.
Cases.
Yes, a lot of times it's either you have upper respiratory tract with malaria or something. You know, so the symptoms of this COVID-19 is almost what we have every day. Wow. Fever, cough, sneezing, you know.
And that makes it more difficult.
That makes it more difficult. That's where the challenge actually is.
Yes. And then talking about healthcare practitioners now, many of them may, let me ask you straight away, how easily do you think it will be for any healthcare practitioner who may or may not be learned about this to diagnose or, to use your word, sort these illnesses or these conditions correctly?
No, we usually have meetings, right? We are open to the various channels to discussing this matter. You know, we keep training and retraining ourselves. You know, you go to, you get materials from the internet on how to, when you see it as the first responder, what to do and how to sort it, you know. We keep teaching ourselves and updating ourselves on how to go about it. But the truth is that you can't, it's difficult to say this patient has COVID-19 by just seeing the patient, because he comes with, for instance, he's weak. A lot of patients come into the hospital weak, ab initio. He comes, his body is hot. A lot of people come to the hospital, their body is hot. The hospital is a place where sick people go to. They come with cough, catarrh. Trust me, that's what almost everybody comes with, even before now. Wow. It's difficult to actually sort. But what we do is, we try to trace the history of the patient. Have you had a travel history recently? Have you had contact with somebody who is isolated somehow? You know, those are the things we can do.
What about when they lie?
When they lie?
Yeah.
Well, yes, you are right. They could lie, but that's it. We are the most exposed, really. But he could lie that he has not, whereas he has. But we encourage people not to lie. Say the truth at this time. You know, at best as well.
Dr. Amos Azun, who is a family physician and the MD of County Hospital in Lagos. So thank you as well for your time this morning.